Welcome to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into the wild, weird, and wonderful world of Halloween. We've dug up 10 surprising, creepy, and fun facts about this holiday. Some will definitely make you say, no way. From ancient origins to today's candy-fueled chaos, you'll be the Halloween expert at your next party. Before we start, what's your favorite Halloween tradition? Drop it in the comments. Ready? Let's jump into 10 things you probably didn't know about Halloween. Fact number 1. Halloween's roots go back over 2,000 years to the Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain. The Celts, living in what's now Ireland and the UK, celebrated their new year on November 1st. The night before, October 31st, marked the end of harvest and the start of winter, a time linked with death. They believed the boundary between the living and the dead blurred on Samhain, letting spirits cross over. Druids built huge bonfires, and people wore costumes made of animal heads and skins to ward off ghosts. It was part celebration, part survival, and part supernatural. The festival was about honoring ancestors and seeking prophecies for the coming year. Imagine a smoky, eerie block party with everyone in animal disguises. This mix of fear, fun, and fire is the ancient seed of our modern Halloween. Over centuries, that night of spirits and costumes evolved into the holiday we know today. So next time you see a dog in a hot dog costume, remember, it all started with Samhain. From ancient bonfires to today's porch lights, Halloween's spirit lives on. The idea of ghosts, costumes, and the end of the year. That's pure Celtic tradition. It's wild to think a harvest festival became a global phenomenon. And that's where it all began. On to the next fact. So, how did Samhain become Halloween? When Christianity spread, the church rebranded Samhain by moving All Saints' Day to November 1st, right on top of the Celtic festival. All Saints' Day was also called All Hallows' Day, so the night before became All Hallows' Eve. Over time, All Hallows' Eve got slurred and shortened to Halloween. The name is a mashup of ancient pagan and Christian traditions. The spooky customs came from the Celts, but the name itself is thanks to a clever church rebrand. It's like a holiday remix. Old beliefs with a new name. So every time you say Halloween, you're speaking a bit of history. That's how our favorite spooky night got its name. Pretty cool, right? The jack-o'-lantern wasn't always a pumpkin. It started with turnips, potatoes, and beets in Ireland and Scotland. The legend of Stingy Jack tells of a trickster doomed to wander the earth with a burning coal in a hollowed-out turnip. People carved scary faces into turnips to ward off Jack and evil spirits. Carving a turnip is tough. Imagine the hand cramps. When Irish immigrants came to America, they found pumpkins, bigger, softer, and perfect for carving. Pumpkins replaced turnips, and the American jack-o'-lantern was born. Now glowing pumpkins are everywhere on Halloween night. So next time you carve a pumpkin, thank the Irish, and be glad it's not a turnip. The jack-o'-lantern's roots are way creepier than you thought. From spooky folklore to front porch fun, that's the story behind the glow. Who knew a vegetable swap would change Halloween forever? The pumpkin reigns supreme. On to the next fact. Ready for more? Trick-or-treating didn't start with candy. It began with souling in medieval Europe. On All Souls' Day, the poor went door to door offering prayers for the dead in exchange for soul cakes. In Scotland and Ireland, kids dressed up and performed tricks, songs, jokes, or poems for treats, a tradition called guising. The phrase trick or treat is much newer and took off in America in the 20th century. Communities used it to tame Halloween mischief and make the holiday family-friendly. The playful threat, "Give me a treat or I'll play a trick," turned into a candy-collecting marathon. Now it's the highlight of Halloween for kids and adults alike. From prayers and pastries to costumes and candy, trick-or-treating has come a long way. It's a sweet tradition with a surprisingly deep history. So next time you grab a fun-size bar, remember, you're part of a centuries-old ritual. That's the story behind your candy haul. Let's keep going. Why are bats and ghosts Halloween icons? It all goes back to Samhain, when the Celts believed spirits roamed the earth. Ghosts were part of the original lore, Halloween's first mascots. The Druids' bonfires attracted insects which drew in bats, making bats a spooky part of the scene. Over time, bats and ghosts became symbols of the supernatural and the unknown. Folklore and horror stories like Dracula cemented their place in Halloween culture. Now, they're the ultimate spooky squad. No Halloween is complete without them. Ancient beliefs plus pop culture equals Halloween's signature creatures. So when you see bats and ghosts in decorations, you're seeing history in action. The original spooky squad lives on. Why orange and black for Halloween? Orange stands for autumn, pumpkins, leaves, and the last burst of warmth before winter. It's the color of harvest and bonfires, symbolizing abundance and transition. Black is the color of night, death, and the unknown, perfect for a holiday about spirits and mystery. Together, orange and black represent the balance between life and death, warmth and cold, light and darkness. It's the whole story of Halloween in two colors. Every decoration, costume, and candy wrapper is a nod to these ancient themes. So when you see orange and black, you're seeing the heart of Halloween. It's not just a color scheme, it's a symbol of the season. That's why these colors rule Halloween. Simple, powerful, and a little bit spooky. On to the next fact. Halloween isn't just spooky, it's a money-making machine. In the US, it's the second biggest commercial holiday after Christmas. Americans spend billions every year on costumes, candy, decorations, and even pet outfits. Candy sales alone are mind-blowing, and decorations turn neighborhoods into haunted wonderlands. Haunted houses, movie marathons, and theme park events add to the frenzy. The National Retail Federation reports around $10 billion spent annually. What started as a harvest ritual is now a retail juggernaut. Halloween proves traditions can evolve into something huge. From bonfires to billion-dollar business, now that's a transformation. Stingy Jack would be amazed. Or maybe he'd want a cut. The spooky season is big business. Let's talk candy. What's the top Halloween candy in America? Year after year, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups take the crown. Chocolate and peanut butter perfection. Snickers and M&Ms are close behind, making up the holy trinity of trick-or-treat bags. Full-size Reese's? Jackpot! There's always debate. Skittles, Kit Kat, Twix, and the infamous candy corn have their fans and haters. But the data is clear. Reese's, Snickers, and M&Ms rule Halloween night. Candy is a huge part of the holiday's magic. Whether you love chocolate or fruity treats, there's something for everyone. The great candy debate will never end. But one thing's for sure, Halloween wouldn't be the same without it. Now, who's hungry? On to the next spooky fact. Witches are Halloween icons, but why the broom and pointy hat? The image comes from medieval Europe, where superstition and fear of magic ran wild. The broom may trace back to old rituals where people leapt around fields to boost crops. Outsiders thought they were flying. Some legends say witches used hallucinogenic ointments applied with broomsticks, leading to flying visions. The pointy hat? It was partly propaganda, making accused witches look strange and sinister in old illustrations. Over time, stories and pop culture cemented the look. Now, the witch on a broom is a Halloween staple. It's a mix of history, myth, and a dash of imagination. The classic witch silhouette is here to stay. That's the magic behind the costume. Picture perfect Halloween. A full moon in the sky. But a full moon on October 31st is super rare. The last one was in 2020. A blue moon, no less. Before that, it hadn't happened in all time zones since 1944. The next Halloween full moon, not until 2039. When it happens, it adds extra magic and mystery to the night. Most years we settle for spooky moon decorations. If you saw the 2020 full moon, you witnessed something special. The universe doesn't always deliver, but when it does, it's unforgettable. Keep your eyes on the sky. Halloween magic is real. That's it. 10 surprising Halloween facts. Which one shocked you most? Let me know in the comments. If you've got a cool Halloween story or fact, share it below. If you learned something new, hit like and subscribe for more fun videos. Thanks for watching. Have a safe, spooky, and happy Halloween. See you next time. Bye, everybody.